Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 8 of Shogun. We're going to go ahead and jump into this week's episode, guys. So if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you are a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is in watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, try to make it worth your while, so you're going to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. Please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. That'll set it out of the way. Let's go ahead and hop into episode 8, Abyss of Life. Here we go. Is he coming down with something? Hope no one poisoned him or anything. God, you know, when I was looking through my feed and stuff, you know, Previewed was watching the show as well, and they always have that a funky little snarky comment and the title or the thumbnail of their videos, and the and for last week's being slippery when wet, dude, I no joke saw that when I was scrolling down and I laughed. I legitimately chuckled out loud. Yeah, man, he's not looking all that great right now. The grief probably doesn't help either, or the stress of this situation.
My lord instructed me to give these to you upon entry to the city for the completion of your service. When you submit to the council, you're not required to join us.
Turning his journals to him.
Fine strategy he has. At least Nagakado-sama died fighting.
Your men are here in this city. The crew from your ship.
Okay.
You must be eager to be reunited.
Don't go to Osaka.
My allegiance forbids me from doing anything else.
I really have no idea how all this is going to play out, especially at this point.
Toranaga が地面に頭をこすりつけて降伏するまで、あの者の脅威から解き放たれはいたしません。
She makes a good point. A little too early to start celebrating.
殿下に代わり正門になっておった頃、拙者はよう落ち葉殿に目を奪われておりました。太閤殿下が寵愛なさるご側室、その比類なき強さ、麗しさ、勇ましさ。
Dude, he's out here shooting his shot.
縁組により、我らがより強く結びつくという案。
I didn't see that coming.
中田様は木から落ちて腕を折ってしまわれた。それを幾日も誰にもお話にならなんだ。忙しいと思われた一心でな。
と同時に向こう水でもあって。
I was about to say, I was like, you know, just because you can see it as courageous, he's also not the brightest. At the same time, though, you were also egging him on, whether this was the outcome you foresaw or not.
幸福を選ばれ、あの蛇のような石堂の前で切腹することを選ばれたがゆえに、それは長門様には耐え難きことでございました。あの方が向こう水であったにせよ、ご自分の命をたった一つのものにかけておられた。ご主君に、Toranaga様に。
He actually makes a damn good point right there.
Toranaga様は旅がたたってひどくお金の悪うされたと聞いた。広松殿も殿にお目通りが叶うのでございますか。
I wonder if this sickness maybe is just a ploy. Or maybe I'm just too hopeful right now. See, Omi is just always listening. He's always listening. I think he's always scheming.
を携えて大阪に向かうのではないのでは。Yabushige殿は単身にて大阪へ向かわれよ。石戸が降伏の証としてそちから鉄砲と大筒を大阪へ返すように求めてきよった。
Damn, they thought of that. I mean, that could be used to our advantage, maybe. I don't know. That tiny little expression from Omi there, I couldn't quite tell if that was his, I don't know, feeling of this weight or the semblance of a smirk creeping in.
江戸への無事のお戻り、何よりでございます。
やはり我が家は良き者にござりまするな、凛様。Toranaga様がそなたをお呼びじゃ。昼過ぎに会いたいと。
承知いたしました。
I think that's the least cold and callous I've seen him act this entire show, man.
大阪から苦労続きである女房殿に茶を立てたいのじゃが。 いかがかな。
焚き木でしたら昨日お渡しいたしたはずでござりまするが。
分かっておる。でも焚き木いらない。欲しいのは
私の友人もっと焚き木をくれと頼んでいるのです。
Thank you. Your kind attempt at translation, Father. Alas, you are wrong. 炭欲しい。炭の方が温かい。
I must say I am impressed. You have made your own way out here.
ご用意は明日にしてください。Except I seem to find Catholics in every sordid corner of this country.
He's like, goddamn cockroaches.
It was not you I came to Edo for. I have urgent business with Toranaga-sama. Strange that you are living out here. Typically, a Hatamoto is given residence within the confines of his lord's castle. What are your plans?
It's because he's been freed, yeah.
Well, to start, I will reunite with my crew, get back aboard my vessel, and then pay a visit to that black ship I have heard so much about.
Will you wear those clothes when you see your men?
Ah, yes. Yes, I intend to. Thank you, Father.
I'm really interested to see how his reunion does go.
東京会は万策を尽くしましたが、檜山様と大野様を虎長様のお味方につけることが叶いませんでした。
患者がすでに知らせてきたことを遠路はるばる知らせに参ったと申すか。マリコ殿、これよりこのバテレンの通詞を務めよう。キリシタン教会は我が味方にあらず、金元の言葉をしゃべりよっても信用がならん。
虎長様、恐れながら。
Wow.
The church did not send me on this mission, Lord. I have come on my own. I know these are dire times, and many in Edo have lost hope. But not me. Unlike Ishido, you love the heir. If you form an alliance with his mother, the heir would be free to turn against Ishido.
我らが落ち葉の方と組めば、指導の権勢への唯一の道は断たれまする。お世継ぎ様に仕える兵が我らの味方となりますゆえ。
そなたはかつて落ち葉の方と親しかった。万に一つ落ち葉の方がわしと盟約を結ぶことがあると思うか。
落ち葉の方の敵は殿であるとは思いませぬ。あの方の敵は恐れる心だと思いまする。
I don't know about that. She's pretty, I mean, fear of what at this point? She's got pretty much everything she needs, everybody she wants wrapped around her finger. She just wants his head at this point. From what I've seen.
あまたの犠牲と引き換えの勝利よりも静かな敗北を選ぶ。
手は見捨てるおつもりか。決して殿を見捨てる者たちを。
たまらんか。お主の助言が欲しければこちらから聞いておる。明日家臣を集めよ。わしの意に逆ろうておるという噂は聞いておる。
Damn, dude, he's got fucking ears everywhere.
我が宿命を火炎とするバテレンの働き、大義であったと伝えよ。この男が約束を守ったゆえ、わしも約束を守ろう。江戸に新しいキリシタン教会を作る。
Oh, wow. Regardless, he's just letting that happen.
一つだけ頼みがある。大阪に戻り、ここで見聞きしたことを伝えてもらいたい。
殿は戦うおつもりじゃ。何故そのように思われるのでござる。でなければわざわざ大阪にことづけなど頼む。
You can see the strings being pulled in the background. I really feel like there's more than meets the eye right now with what Toranaga is doing. At least that's what I hope. Because I too, like everybody else, wants to believe that he's not given up. This is just a different way of meeting the same goal. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here other than we are making tea. I don't know the significance of this tea. Or is he finally agreeing to cut her loose? Give her what she's been asking for all this time? Is this...
大変結構なお手前でござりました。
そなたのためだけに建てた茶じゃ。父上が何と言おうと我らが大阪で死ぬことになろう。
今の茶がひとしお味わい深かったのはそのせいでござりましょう。
夫婦になったばかりの頃を思い出す。わしらは幸せであったな。
はっきり思い出せませぬ。
そなたはまだ安心に惑わされておるのか。今宵共に死のうではないか。
今ようやくそなたに許しを与えようと思ったのじゃ。殿の幸福とそなたの仇への抗議を込めて共に死を迎えようではないか。夫婦として防御の果てへ参ろうではないか。
この後に及んでもお分かりにならないのですね。お前様が私に許さなかったのは死ではござりませぬ。お前様には手の届かぬ生き方にござりまする。私はお前様とかように死するくらいなら1000年生かされた方がましでござりまする。
Wow. Oh God. One night of pleasantries doesn't undo everything that's been done. Wonder if this is all just because it's, you know, he's standing at death's door along with the rest of them too. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how to read that, to be honest. I'd love to hear what you guys think on that whole exchange, as well as his sudden change in behavior.
何ヶ月もの間この界隈の酒を飲み尽くしております。出て行ってくださればわしらも嬉しゅうございます。
So they've just been drinking their asses off this whole time?
皆揃っておられます。
All of them except for the one guy we turned into soup. You know, just saying. But you knew that.
Stinks like Billingsgate at low tide.
He's like, man, we do smell like ass.
Come back. Come back.
Oh, he's gonna get embarrassed. He's gonna shut down. He's gonna be a good old party pooper.
John Blackthorne, is that you?
Hello, Solomon.
We'd given you up for dead.
How many of us left?
6. Barely hanging on.
How many were there total?
Since you're here, pilot, tell me something. When we left Santa Maria, were there really Spanish ships to the south, to the north of us? Had to come here. I just hate to think that we spent these months wasting away because our pilot had ambitions of his own. First Englishman to the strait, ready to make his name.
We had orders.
We could have turned home, and you know it. But you come to realize that we are here. What is left of us is because of you.
I'll speak to the rest of the men myself.
First, take off those skirts.
We'll careen her.
I said take them off! You son of a bitch!
Damn.
他に道がないのが悔しいが、思い詰めた挙句ここへ参ったと。
Oh, interesting.
I once offered to sail for Toranaga-sama against his enemies. Now he is determined to die. I now wish to forge allegiances, benefiting this country.
You wish to sail on Yabushige-sama's behalf?
I don't wish it. He is a shit-face. He is a brave shit-face, and that is the truth, so I must ask.
He's a shit-face, but he's a brave shit-face.
ヤブシゲ様が大阪でトラナガ様側に加わることを望んでおられぬという愚かな当て推理をしておられるように見受けられまする。
トラナガ様が諦めたと言われるが、それは安心殿の思い違いじゃ。あの老人が何を目論んでおるかわしも知らぬが、幸福ではあるまい。
This weapon is not mine. Tell you the truth, I feel embarrassed wearing it most of the time. Perhaps there existed a moment in which I had fooled myself into believing that I could one day belong to this place, but that moment is leagues behind me. Having said that, nakama mo wakaranai.
He feels alien of all places now.
Since I first saw you near death on that cliff, I've known you were a man who understood the importance of taking fate into his own hands.
He's been trying to do that the entire time we've been following him. Omi, cut that look out. You're not one to talk. This is a bullshit.
See, once loyalty begins, it does not have an end. Otherwise, it would not be loyalty.
But loyal turns senseless very quickly when the order is suicide.
Would you like me to translate that? Or was it for me?
Yes.
表門はここだね。うちの茶屋はあそこにしよう。
トラナガ様はご寛大なことにこの一角をおのおの方にお渡りになられました。あちらの方々はどなたですか？
Oh. Your church is gonna be right next door. That's hilarious.
ヤブシゲ殿が大阪に向けて出立される。我が鉄砲を石堂殿に届けるほか、わしと共に降伏する者の名をお渡しすることになっておる。よってその書状にその方ら一同の署名を求めたい。
What you gonna do, homie? Signed it.
お許しくだされとも。我らは敗北に向かう道を進まれる殿に従うことはできませぬ。
江戸を動かずにおれば石堂は江戸を攻めざるを得なくなり、
そのまま江戸を滅ぼすであろう。
やらせてみればよろしゅうござる。
どちらが大事や。我が一族の存続か、それとも日の本の存続か。
Oh, okay.
そのお気持ちを変えぬとあらば、拙者今ここで腹を切りまする。
Oh.
拙者は殿が小便垂れの小僧の頃からおそばにお仕えしてまいりました。
ならば大坂にてわしの隣で腹を切れ。
我らの戦を道半ばで放り出されるおつもりか。
わしはすでに決断を下しておる。こたびはお主が決断をする番じゃ。
しからばまことに無駄死にを選ばれるのでござい
He
ま
was
す。
hoping this was anything more than that, but it's not.
家臣が犬死にいたすのでございまするぞ。
死ぬがよい。
Wow.
殿、お止めくだされ。
こやつはわしに逆らうと決断したのじゃ。わしは譲らん。
今生のお別れにございまする。ブトロン、わしの刀を持て。お前が解釈せよ。拙者も後を追いまする。なら生きるのじゃ。さすればお前も死を許されぬ者の気持ちがわかるであろう。決して遠いに捨てるでないぞ。
Little taste of his own medicine right there.
解釈せよ。トラナガ様、狂っておる。ごめん。
Wow. Look what you have done. He put his life on the line to prove a point, but he still would not back down.
世を唱えに参ったのか。
今日は誰もが大きな痛手を負いました。意を唱えて傷を深めようとは思いません。
So you do then.
安心はもう藪重を訪ねたか。
はい、藪重様はお断りになりましたが。
今日のことで藪重は心変わりするであろう。広松がそのように仕向けてくれた。安心と藪重は大高じゃ。翼短く動きが読みやすい。
では広松様は。
広松は我が古き友は己の務めをよう分かっておった。我らの幸福を大坂に信じ込ませることが大事なのじゃ。
Oh.
そなたは己の務めを果たす覚悟ができておるか。
Wow.
覚悟はできておりまする。
Oh, so that was just a big old performance to solidify the appearance of his resolve at surrender. I mean, unless I completely read that last conversation wrong.
早くしろ。何をしておる。急げ。
Yep, and here we are.
安心殿が
先日申されたことじゃが、拙者にとっては大きな値打ちがあることじゃ。盟友じゃ。そなたとわしは
盟友。
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 盟友じゃ。
Toda. Someone's coming.
Oh.
私も共に大坂へ参れとの虎長様の命にござりまする。
Damn it, man. I want to know what's going on.
我が息子よ。見事に時を稼ぎおったのを無駄にはせぬ。
Oh, wow. Shit. All right, I guess, yeah, okay. I mean, when they walked out of that meeting, he was like, oh yeah, no, he's saying all this stuff, but he's got something else cooking. And, you know, then everything else was just a show display to get everybody to act in the way he predictably assumed they would react, to also further sell the performance of his defeat, of his surrender, so that they feel as unthreatened as possible. Because even when Ishido and Ochiba were talking in private, she's like, even if he surrenders, until he's dead, we are never free of his threat. So like, this is his way of trying to drop as many guards as possible. Do I know whether or not Hiromatsu knew this was what this was all about or not? I don't know. Or if he just acted as Toranaga expected him to, but he had to, for his plan to succeed, he had to make sure that they believed everything that they were doing in that moment. I don't know if Hiromatsu was in on it at that point, or, you know, he was holding out that hope about what he gleaned in their performer session, but when it came to them all signing the surrender and who was going to surrender with him, when he put that forth there, I don't know. Oh, he could be a good actor. I'm not exactly sure. You know, I mean, the actors played these parts are great actors, man. That scene between him and Hiroyuki was fucking just electric. The tone, the mood, the tension in the air was just really, really well done. I really like the way that they executed that. Whoops. Poor choice of words given the situation. But I really like that. But I just don't, I'm a little shaky on whether or not he knew Toranaga's plan in that moment and was resolved to carry it out. Either way, it serves Toranaga's purpose and what he's after here. Though what he's cooking up, I'm not exactly sure. You know, he got a reprieve. He got time to kind of deliberate and mourn thanks to his son's death. That was just outside of his hands completely, but it did end up benefiting him in the long run. And then this thing with Hiromatsu just gives him another edge and whatever he's got cooking. And he's using Mariko as another part of this puzzle, of this plan. And he's more or less questioning about the way that he's going about everything at this moment. Like, I'm not sure, but it was so good. Like, all these just different perspectives, everybody coming around. Again, Yabushige having to keep up like this facade of being honorable in the face of the Anjin, of Blackthorne coming to, broker this alliance with Omi present, all these other people present. He was like, no, I would never do that. I would never doubt Toranaga. I would never go after my own means or anything of the sort. When both him and Omi have both been doing the same shit the entire time. Yeah, I don't know. That was a funny scene. But with everything that happened there at the meeting, he knew that Yabushige would then in turn, take him up on that agreement after having witnessed all of that. And that was part of the plan, was for them to unite. He was pushing the right people away, getting them in the right positions to maneuver things. Man, he's thinking like 3, 4, 5 steps ahead, man. It's insane. We're hoping, like, there was this idea that maybe the Lady Ochiba might, broker some kind of allegiance with Toranaga, but she seemed like from everything we've seen, she's after his ass. Like, it's not Ishido that's the threat. It's really her. She seems to be orchestrating, puppeteering his ass the entire way through. Was he going to go after Toranaga all on his own accord? I think so. But she is manipulating that situation, taking fate into her own hands, which is a constant theme throughout this as well. And I'm curious to see how that that goes and what part Mariko is going to play into this whole thing. You know, we only have the last 2 episodes after this. I don't know what to expect at all, man. The show's so wild. I love the twists, the turns, the performances, the mood, the production, everything about this show, man. I just love the absolute shit out of it. On top of everything else that's going on, you know, he did follow through on his promise with the church. They are getting to build their church in Edo, but right next to the new courtesan house that they're going to be putting together that he also promised them. That's some funny shit right there, man. You know, after everything that Blackthorne's been through, I like the idea that he feels too, you know, this goes back to what I said last episode too. He's as much as he says he wants to get away, he wants to go off, do his own thing or whatever, there's a part of him that is now here and trapped here. You know, to the point where he goes back, he finally got the thing he's been asking for this entire time. And when he returned to his men, when he was face to face with them, like he said to them, it was like, it felt alien to me. I don't know where I belong. Like, I don't feel welcome here. I feel weird being around my own people at this point, just seeing how they act, how they behave, their viewpoint. Also, their lack of allegiance. They wanted to just turn tail and run while they were out in the things. And he was like, we had a mission. We had a thing to go do. We were going to go take it out and execute it. He made up excuses for them to stay on course and stay going the direction they were going to be going. They just wanted to cut ties and run. And then you have the stuff with Mariko's husband where he was just acting all sweet. You know, he was being open. He was being warm. He's offered to make her tea. You know, after everything that happened in the last one, especially when they were trying to talk about, like, Toranaga was like, just divorce her, man. Stop. What are you doing? I think it's once they were resigned to death, you know, he thought he could warm things back up and maybe earn some favor back by finally allowing her death. But I think a part of that, too, is because it was his way of separating her and Blackthorne and just cutting that tie, taking her with him into the other one, guaranteeing her what she's been asking for all this time, but alongside him. You know, it was this gesture for himself in this guise of giving her finally what she wants. But then she was like cold and callous about that. She's like, no, it's not necessarily death that I wanted. It was just, I wanted to be long away from your ass. And then I like that his own father in that his final moments when he was asking to follow him into the afterlife, he's like, no, you will live out your days. I will not grant you permission to die. You will continue serving Toranaga until he even forgets to serve himself. You will live, and you'll know what it's like to be denied. I like that, man. I like that. But phenomenal episode. I'm really stressing about these next 2 episodes just because I don't know what's going to happen. And this episode in particular, I was just on edge at every turn about what the fuck was going to happen next, especially after that scene with all the heads there with Toranaga, and they were just trying to get him to fight, you know, and then he stood his ground. That whole scene just had me just itching, dude. Anyway, fantastic episode as always. What did you guys think? What were your reads? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Share, Ryan Karen, York, Horse Scott, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, Justin Smith, and Brendan Boyd. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.